Next up, The Man with the Screaming Brain. Bruce Campbell is the man with the screaming brain. Very cool. Anchor Bay release. So you got a good amount of special features on there. That's what the disc looks like. Then you got an insert here with chapter selection on the back. Horror comedy, Bruce Campbell. That's all you need to know. So yeah, I'm very interested to check out My Name is Bruce as well. People say it's good, but not as good as My Name is Bruce. But I found it for $2 new. So next up is a Martin Scorsese film called After Hours. This is a very good movie, and I haven't even seen all of it, and I like it. It's just a very cool movie. Special features are pretty cool. They got commentary with a bunch of people, deleted scenes, and a making of. After Hours. I was just flipping around the movie channels one night when I couldn't sleep, which happens a lot, and I stumbled upon this movie. Probably it had already been like an hour in or something. It was pretty far in, and I started watching it, and it really kept my attention, and I really got into it, and it was starting to get, really good. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop it here. I'm gonna go see if it comes on at any other time, and I'm gonna rewatch it. Unfortunately, as most of the time happens, the movie channel screw you over, and you just happen to catch the last viewing of that's ever going to play on that channel again. And it wasn't on demand or anything like that. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go check the prices. It was like $15. I'm like, no thanks. Well, I bought this for $10 new on eBay, so, it's still kind of expensive, but, I mean, it really left me with an impression that I really needed to finish this. It's got Cheech and Chong in it. It's got Rosanna Arquette. It's about a guy who's like going on a date but gets stood up, and he's in a part of New York that he's never been before, so he's kind of lost, and he's just trying to get home, and a whole bunch of different mishaps happen to him. It's a pretty funny movie from what I saw, and really kept me interested, so I really wanted to finish that movie up. And if we ever do a Scorsese week on The Real DVD Watchers, that's my choice. Calling it now, just like I did in the comments. Okay, next up is a horror movie. It's called Welcome to Spring Break. This looks like there. Welcome to Spring Break. It's got an electric chair back there. Fire, spring break partiers on the beach down here. And a guy in full motorcycle leather getup. This looks like a cheesy 80s, I don't know, I want to say slasher. It's about spring break, obviously, is the setting. And this biker, head of a biker gang, that used to roam the beaches and cause chaos, has just got the electric chair. Unfortunately, that doesn't stop him from terrorizing the spring breakers, because he comes back to terrorize the spring breakers. So, looks like it totally reeks of the 80s, which is quite cool. Sounds like my kind of movie. I'll watch it, let you guys know how it is. That's Welcome to Spring Break. Cover's kind of cool on that one. Next up is The Mangler 2. As you might have seen last update, I had The Mangler Reborn. I don't own the first one because it's kind of expensive. I'm going to wait till it comes down in price. But the Mangler Reborn and this one were pretty cheap. So, it's actually got a decent amount of special features that I don't feel like reading out. It's widescreen. As you can tell by the title, The Mangler 2, this is the second one in the series. First one's good. Never seen the second one or Reborn. But I'm pretty sure that Reborn is going to be total bullshit. This one probably is not going to be that good either. The first one is good. I should definitely suggest you check that out. It's based on a Stephen King novel. Next up is a movie called Embryo. Check it out. With Rock Hudson and Barbara Carrera in it. So very cool. Let's see what the disc looks like. Plain white disc. It's a weird case. Okay. Weird way to pop the disc out. Sorry, that was a little distracting, I bet. Rock Hudson stars in the science fiction story of an experiment gone very wrong. He plays a scientist who decides to create a human from basic genetic material. The result is the lovely Barbara Carrera in a role of the creature grown from an embryo. Although beautiful, she displays not only her physical charms, but her aberrant and definitely homicidal behavior. As she becomes more erratic, the enamored doctor is faced with perhaps destroying his own creation. Roddy McDowall and Diane Ladd also star in this unusual tale mixing sex with science. So that's Embryo. Might be cool, might not be, don't know. Next up is a double feature. pretty cool double feature of The People Under the Stairs and Shocker. The People Under the Stairs, good movie, comes recommended. Shocker, haven't seen but always wanted to. It's along the same lines as House 2, I want to say, or House 3. Whichever one is, maybe it's House 3. I'm drawing a blank, but anyway, a guy gets put to the electric chair and basically like can go through current wires and everything and like possess a house. That's what I'm thinking from it. That's also like the plot of one of the House sequels. So I have never seen Shocker, but I want to. And People Under the Stairs is by Wes Craven. Actually, they're both Wes Craven. It's got these stupid security tabs on it. And thank the goodness, each get their own disc. That's People Under the Stairs, and that's Shocker. Very cool. Next up, excuse me, is a movie called Campfire Tales. Now, this is a pretty good movie. I downloaded this before because it was kind of hard to find. This is, I think it came out in 1990, and this is a horror anthology. It's kind of like Body Bags mixed with Are You Afraid of the Dark kind of thing. Some kids are, joyriding fastly down this remote forest road, and like an animal comes out, and they lose control, swerve, crash their car. Everyone's fine, but the road is so desolate, no cars have come by for a long time, so they decide to go just a few steps into the woods, build a fire, and wait till they can hear the car. Of course, to pass the time, what are you going to do? Tell scary stories that happen to that then become what you see in the movie. It's very cool. It's got a young Amy Smart, a young Ron Livingston, a young Christine Taylor, and a young Jane Marsden. This is from the 90s, I think 1990 exactly. So they're all young in that, and I think they each get a story in there, and then of course there's a wraparound story, like in Body Bags, from what I can remember. So that's Campfire Tales. Next up is a 70s movie called Poor Pretty Eddie. Like I said, it's from the 70s. It's kind of like an exploitation horror type movie. If you search this up on YouTube, you can find some pretty damn funny clips of it. And when I saw it for this cheap, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do some research. From the cover, it looked like, one of those new crappy movies. But when I did some research on IMDb and YouTube and found some clips that were pretty damn funny, then I decided to go ahead and pick it up. So I'll let you know how this goes. Famous jazz singer Liz Weatherly, when her car breaks down on vacation, a horrifying nightmare, an unexpected horrifying nightmare happens. Stranded in a small southern town, she takes a room at a lodge by the unbalanced Bertha and her kept assistant Eddie. Falling in love with her, Eddie's obsession spirals out of control until Liz finds herself trapped and scrambling to save her own life. So that's Poor Pretty Eddie. Drink. Sponsored by Pepsi. Okay. Red carpet double feature with the movie Parents and Fear. One disc. Parents I rented back in the mid-90s, and it was kind of funny. I remember it being really cheesy though. It's got Randy Quaid in it, who plays the dad, and they're like really screwed up parents that serve their kid like real humans that they kill. They're like, kind of like murderers and stuff, and the kid kind of like suspects something and then just like unravels and stuff like that. He unravels what they do and tries to stop them, I believe, or something like that. And then the other one is called Fear, which I've never heard of, but it has Ali Sheedy in it. Pretty hot. So it's about a psychic who helps the police track serial killers. So that's Fear with Ali Sheedy and Parents with Dennis Quaid. Next up is Dimension Extreme, unrated. Storm Warning. People tell me this is good, so I decided to pick it up for $3. Stupid secured tabs. That's what the disc looks like. That's Storm Warning. When a storm forces a couple to land their sailboat far ashore, they stumble upon a remote island inhabited by a demented father and a psychotic sons, and they're captured. So that's Storm Warning. Next up, there's a movie called Premonition. It's an Asian horror movie. You saw, I think Scotty Boy had this in one of his updates. So what the disc looks like. Special features, widescreen, trailers, interviews with the director and cast, and the making of featurette, and a Japanese press conference. Newspapers that foretell the future. So yeah, that foretells, you know, fates like slangs and train crashes and the like. And he has to try to change the future. So that was Premonition. Checking it out soon, hopefully.